when Harry and I decided to make a toy called Colorforms, we never thought of it as being something that other people would be interested in. We first thought how interesting the shapes and the color and what you could do with it was going to be. And that's where we started, just from, as I say, entertaining ourselves. But the first little book, Harry made all of the abstract things. He was really into Kandinsky at that time. And I made the more realistic ones because I thought the children could do the Chinese girls and the little boats and that kind of stuff. We were kind of interested in the modern world. A lot of Danish things were coming in at that time, if you remember. And we admired architects who were doing modern houses. So I think Colorforms had a good dose of that itself. Well, my role with Colorforms was right in the beginning. I designed the first Colorforms that is now in the Museum of Modern Art. That was strictly my design. One of the circles was my thimble. One of the circles was a top of a medicine container. And I felt that it needed length as well as all these other things. And Harry said at one time, "What do we call it?" And I said, "Let's call it what it is. It's colored forms." And that's what we did. In fact, Colorforms was the first toy to be packaged in black, because I kept saying, precious things come in black boxes. And hello. So Colorforms also is one of the first toys to have pictures of children on it too, real photographs of real models. Colorforms kind of started, in the 50s, and by 58 it was really beginning to roll and was pretty inventive. Paul Rand, as a designer for the logo for Colorforms, was a very cooperative and interesting fellow to work with. I'm sure Harry gave him some guidance, because Harry had opinions about a lot of things, and he wanted to art direct quite a bit. So I'm sure that was a cooperative venture. It was a successful image, and it's lived, I think, rather well. Well, Popeye was chosen as one of the first Colorforms figures. I don't think it was because it was a contest in any kind of way, but he was popular then. He's popular now. He made a good figure for Colorforms, and it worked out marvelously, with all of that spinach energy, as I say. People said, wouldn't it be nice if the children could do something that helped them out? And of course, you want them to dress properly for the weather. And I think that's how that came about. And then silly faces. Kids have wonderful senses of humor. They just love anything silly, just fall on the floor. And the sillier it is, the better it is. I think Colorforms is timeless because it has a lot of qualities that all good art needs. It has shape, it has color, it has dimension if you know how to use it. It has just a lot of elements. And I do think it's very creative. They say when a child can use its thumb and its forefingers, it can pick up things, and therefore it can create. So you can start very early with Colorforms. Time magazine used Colorforms as one of the toys of all time, and I'm delighted to hear that, because I think that Colorforms did have a good life, and I'd like for it to have a long life. I feel very good about that, and any kind of contribution toward creativity, I'm excited about.
It's more fun to play the Colorforms way.